into Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Brielle Jungblut, and today we're here with baseball coach Kenny Thomas. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Okay, so before we get you fired up about this past weekend,
I'm calm.
Let's talk about Cody Belcher. He was recently named to the academic all-district team. What's that mean to you when one of your players earns an academic honor?
You know, we get a few of those from here or there, believe it or not, and Cody's exceptionally. We had a lot of good students. Back in the fall, I hadn't seen the grades yet this spring, but back in the fall, we had, I think, 15, 16 guys that were over a 3.5. So baseball players ain't all dumb, but Cody is very special. He really is. He's a fine young man, and it's a good honor too. And I be honest with you, I thought we might get a couple more because there's 3 or 4 more of them guys that T.J. Costin, Ty Barkell, and Jimmy Lynch. Them are all right at 4.0 students. So, but Cody's was a tremendous student here, and he did graduate last week.
That's always good. Okay, so last week you also had an all-conference performer in Sean Miller. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, he was second team. What would be your thoughts? Probably the best shortstop east of the Mississippi, and he gets second team in the Peach Belt. I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. Last year we had Ryan Metzler, who was a 9th-round draft choice, what didn't he make all conference? So, I think it's really a good honor to make it. Sean's a great player. In my opinion, the best shortstop that's played here in my time. Best shortstop that's played in the Peach Belt in a while. I think everybody would agree if you watched him play. So I was glad to see him. I was a little shocked that he got second team. But, the draft will be here in a couple weeks, and he'll get a great reward from that. And, he's a great player, and great honor for him.
So you only had one all-conference performer, but is that due to the fact of the injuries or because everyone on the team came up big throughout the year?
Well, that's one we got last year. I'm not real sure what's going on. I voiced my opinion. Last year I walked out and didn't speak to anybody after the banquet because we didn't get a soul. Again, we got Ryan Metzler over there, 9th-round draft choice, but he couldn't even get second team all-conference and many more. But I told the guys the first time in my career, after the banquet, I called our guys together and I told them, I said, boys, I don't know what I can do about it, but I apologize to you for whatever reason they won't vote for us. And I told them who I nominated. I nominated Ty Barkell at first base. I nominated Sean Miller at shortstop. I nominated all 3 outfielders, Cody Belcher, T.J. Costin, and Tyler Moore. And I nominated Chaz Powell as the utility player, and I nominated Zach Moon as a DH and Jimmy Lynch as a relief pitcher, and we got Sean Miller second team shortstop. So it was really strange because there was only 3 utility players nominated, and they picked 2, and they left the guy out that had the highest statistics, had played 3 positions, and was in the top 5 in 4 categories in the Peach Belt Conference, and they left him out. That was Chaz Powell. So it was a little strange, I thought, but I guess we can be happy because we got 1 more than we did last year. So I guess we can be very happy.
Well, you can't help that. You have no control.
I have no control, and to be honest with you, I'm teasing a little bit. I'm not really upset because there's some great players in the Peach Belt Conference.
Right.
And there is no doubt about it. I mean, anybody that keeps up with baseball knows the Peach Belt Conference is loaded with great players. It's just very odd that in 2 years we get one guy when we had, Ty Barkell's hitting 470. Yes, your question. Yes, he missed 6 or 7 weeks, and that really hurt his opportunity. But I think Chaz Powell played every game of the season. I think T.J. Costin played every game of the season, and Cody Belcher. And so I don't know. But I do think maybe the injuries hurt Ty for sure.
Right. Okay, Coach, your team advanced to the PBC semifinals recently. What does it say about your team to reach that point despite all your injuries?
Well, I was very proud of the way we played against Flagler. Our guys really played hard, and Flagler was a very good team, and we had to face the pitcher of the year in the conference, O'Reilly. He was really good. We only scored one run off him 3 weeks ago here at home, and so he was excellent. And we got to him, hit him around a little bit, and got some runs scored. So I was very proud of our team. The problem was we had to turn around playing 30, 40 minutes again, and in that heat we kind of just ran out of gas a little bit, and but it was really good the way my guys battled all year, because there was so much adversity this year. They could have folded several times with all the injuries and everything that happened, and crazy stuff happening out there on the fields. I mean, they could have folded. So I was very proud of them. You
went as an underdog against Flagler. Was it difficult to motivate your team heading into the tournament?
I don't believe I've seen us that focused before that game as we have. That was as focused we've been all year. They knew the deal, and they knew it's going to be a tough game. And we practiced really good the day before on Friday, and it was just something special in their eye that day before the game. And it was going to be a fight. It was going to be a fight now. It wasn't going to be easy. They knew that. And but they played really hard. And again, Flagler was very good. But I wasn't surprised that our guys came out and played. I think we used so much of our energy right there. And then, boom, next thing you know, we're playing in 30 minutes again, and we couldn't get it going again.
Right. You trailed 3-1 against the Saints and then erupted for 6 runs in the third. Can you take us through that third inning?
Yeah, we got, O'Reilly walked a couple of guys that inning, which was very unusual from him. And what I was positive about is we stayed patient at the plate. The way he gets you out is swinging at that changeup. He throws pretty hard, and he throws that changeup. It'll be down in the dirt time you swing at it. We stayed very patient. We walked a couple of guys, got a couple of big hits. And we got some momentum rolling, and it rattled him a little bit. And next thing you know, he laid one in there, and we hit it too. So I think what started the inning was our patience, at the plate. And when you face a guy like that's that good, you have to make sure you don't swing at his pitches. Right. You gotta make sure he throws you something to hit, because he will sucker you in to swinging at that ball, that changeup in the dirt all the time. So the patience really paid off in a couple of big timely hits there.
In the 7th inning, you pulled Forrest Kumis, and after putting in Jared Felix, you went with Joe Marlowe. Were you thinking of leaving him in for the final 3 innings?
Well, I wanted to, but, it was 95 degrees. And, his first inning, he struggled. He walked 3 men his first inning, and he threw 40 pitches in the first inning. So he went out there in the 7th. And, really when he came off in the 6th, we were going to pull him in, not even send him back out in the 7th. But they had the 9-hole hitter coming up, which was a right-handed batter. And I said, Forrest, can you get me one more guy? Just get me one more guy, and I got relief coming for you. Then they had the left-handers coming up. 3 of the first 4 guys were left-handed. So the plan was to go with Jarrett for the first 2 for sure, and hopefully we would be out of the inning then, because Forrest gets the first guy and Jarrett gets the next 2, we're out. But didn't quite work out that way. But Forrest went out and got 2-2 on the batter, and the batter gets a base hit. So we went on with Jarrett Felix there. But the plan was, as soon as we got through the 4-hole hitter, the last left-hander, Joe Marlowe, was coming. And so we stayed with that plan.
Okay. Leading 10-8 in the 9th inning, was there ever any point where you thought you'd bring in Jimmy Lynch, even though Joe was pitching well?
Yeah, he was hot. He was warmed up and hot. There was a lot of thought about that. I kept thinking, but the Joe slider was just eating their lunch. And, we kind of got in a mess there. They had that high chopper that they get on first. We strike the first guy out and it goes between our legs. Same thing that happened at North Georgia 2 months ago. Exactly the same scenario. And went through the catcher's legs, and he gets on first. Then he hit that high chopper that went over Barkell's head. And it looked rough right there for a minute. And but Joe settled in, and yes, we thought about Jimmy, but that slider, Joe had the slider really going. He ended up striking the last guy out.
Okay, so Sean Miller had 4 RBI that day against the Saints. How big was his performance?
Sean really played well, and made some unbelievable defensive plays. The one I remember was a ground ball up the middle where they would have scored a run, had a man scoring position, hit something, took a bad hop, and how he got his hands up that quick over his head to make that play, I'll never know. I mean, and again, in my opinion, the best shortstop east of the Mississippi, and ain't many guys can make that play. Sean Miller made it, and man, he had a big hit in that fourth inning. I mean, that whatever inning it was when we scored the fourth inning. Had some timely hits, played his heart out. He really did. And the sad thing, the second ball game when we got beat by Georgia College, I mean, he hit the ball solid 3 times right to him, and but he played really well. And that first game, it was big. He was big in that game.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and name your seniors, and when I say their name, I want you to give me a sentence about that person, okay? So we're going to start off with Cody Belcher.
Gets hit at the plate more than anybody I ever seen in my life. He's got to lead the nation in getting hit by pitches. We have to hold him out over on the side at practice because he'll get hit at practice. The ball just goes right at him all the time. But what a fine young man, academic. What is it, All-American or something right there? What a great kid. Kid. That's 2 sentences, sorry.
It's all right. All right, so Ben Black.
Ben Black struggled a lot in his career with some injuries, settled in the last 2 years of his career to really be a big-time contributor. Very proud of what Ben Black, academically and athletically, what he's done, and Pacer forever.
Okay, Matt Bossy.
Matt, I feel so bad for Matt Bossy. Matt Bossy turned down a lot of money out of high school to sign a pro contract. And I tease him all the time, saying, you're getting a great college education, buddy. Don't worry about it. And what a outstanding person Matt Bossy is. He might be Jethro Bodine, but he's an outstanding person. And I'm telling you, that kid can hit one further than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, so Sam Daniel.
Sam Daniel, 5-year guy, went through big-time injuries a couple years ago with the blood clot, had some complications with the surgery last year, never got it back. So proud of him coming back for his senior year. I had to put him in for the last out Saturday night. I could not leave there without Sam Daniels getting the last out.
Forrest Kumis.
Thank you, Forrest. He came here knowing he only had 1 year, knowing that he really needed none of the classes he was taking here. He's going back to Carolina this summer to finish his degree, coming off a big-time injury, Tommy John surgery. Somebody told me today that they asked him, how'd you like it here, and he loved it here. Became such a big part of our team in a short period of time.
He did. Randy Luckett.
It's so amazing how things happen in life. If Barkell and Bossy doesn't get hurt and Tyler Moore doesn't get hurt, that's 3 guys. Randy Luckett may not have played as much this year. Those 3 guys get hurt, Randy jumps in, and before you know it, you can't take him out of the lineup. And what an outstanding young man Randy Luckett is. And you know what? We wouldn't have won as many games we did without Randy Luckett. I don't care all the superstars you want to talk about out there. One for Randy Luckett, I don't think we could have won 34 games.
TJ Costin.
My buddy. I love TJ Costin. Came here, I'll never forget the day Chad Holbrook from Carolina called me about him. Came here, stayed here after last year, could have signed some pro contracts last year. Stayed here with us, now has a big-time job on Wall Street. He's going to start this summer. 3.87 this semester, GPA, captain of our team, class act. People said he was mischievous. Watch him. I watched him. Outstanding young man, outstanding.
Okay, and last but not least, Ty Raquel.
Mr. Pacer. Mr. Pacer. Been here 4 years. He, unbelievable. Starter for 4 years. You saw what happened when he went out for 7 weeks. Right. Our team really had hard times. It was a different team without Ty Barkell. Fought through that, played, injured down the stretch. Pacer forever. That's Ty Barkell.
So needless to say, you're going to miss your seniors.
Oh, what a great bunch. I love them guys. I love them guys.
Okay, well, looking ahead to next year, knowing how many players you have back, what are your expectations?
Well, we got 19 new ones coming in already signed. So
The new Army.
if you think we ain't reloading, you better think again. There's going to be a lot of competition out there. Best pitching staff we've ever recruited, bar none. That's pitching staff next year. Our team will have to be built around our pitching staff. 3 shortstops. They all of them ain't gonna play short. That's for sure. All JUCO shortstops coming in. JUCO first baseman coming in. 4 outfielders coming in. It's unbelievable.
It's like a new team.
It's going to be, we got some great guys coming back. I mean, when you look at Tyler Moore and Chaz Powell,
Right.
Zach Moon, those are big-time guys coming back, big-time guys. Man, we got some good ones coming too, so it's going to be exciting. I'm fired up for it right now. How many more days do we play? Do you know?
I have no
It ain't many.
Okay, and the last question. What's been your favorite story that you can share for this year's team?
I guess I will have to say, in 28 years of coaching college baseball, first of all, this was the most difficult for me. Bar none, 28 years, I never had one this difficult. I mean, changing the lineup every day. We had 5 different first basemen. So there was a lot of firsts this year. We had so many injuries. It was a lot of firsts for me as a coach,
Right.
20 years. But the one first, the best story, I've never seen a player in my career get the walk-off base hit 2 games in a row against the same team in a series like T.J. Costin did. 9th inning, 2 days in a row, gets the base hit to drive in the winning run. And I told the umpires at home plate for the 3rd game, I said, have anybody ever seen that before? And nobody had ever seen that. That's just amazing because it takes a lot to happen.
Right.
The score has to be right. Certain people have to get on in front of you, and you have to come up. I mean, it's an amazing thing that all those coincidences hit, but never have I had that before, so that would be it.
Okay, well, we really enjoyed watching you this season, you and your team, and we wish you the best of luck for next season. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Has it really?
It has, I
Okay,
promise.
good. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thanks for tuning in to Coach's Corner, brought to you by Fatz Cafe.